Welcome back. This is Norto podcast. This is Dan and Ben. We're going to talk about Game of Thrones, Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
So, Game of Thrones, Night of Seven Kingdoms is a spin-off show. It happens in between it's a bit shorter of a time between when Game of Thrones happened, but a longer time when House of Dragon happened. So this is a longer time since when House of Dragon were doing the Dance of the Dragons and that war that's going on with Rhaenyra and Aegon. Yeah. But it's describe the show to me, Ben, a little bit, like in your own words. Like
a bit comedy-like, but not as serious as House of Dragon and Game of Thrones, but he wants to be a knight and building up to that stage to want to be a knight for his uncle. I think it was his uncle, was it?
I don't know. The guy that he hangs out with isn't really his uncle, but it's more or less it was a guy that just picked him up and just started training him to be a knight.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem like when you watch the show, he appears very much like just a
arsehole.
Yeah, kind of like an arsehole, didn't really care, and more or less just saw, I guess, Duncan as a bit of a burden that he had to look after and teach how to be a knight. And I don't think he taught Duncan very much of anything, except for other things. But Duncan as a character is interesting because, as big as he has a really interesting personality of being a bit, not stupid, but a bit aloof and just says some weird stuff, and just the way he carries himself. But he carries himself as an interesting kind of character, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's very honourable, though, I would say.
Honoured.
Yeah. Because this show... tell me some of the things that are different. Compare it to say House of Dragon or Game of Thrones. What are some different things, Ben?
Well, I don't think spoil on. I don't think there'll be dragons yet, but they've been heard in the show, but not sure when they're gonna appear in the show.
Because I thought this one was more about when there was no more dragons, in this period where there's no dragons. I think they just came out where the Targaryens have no more dragons, and they don't have that same aura as they did in House of Dragon, where they're the royal family, because they have these command of these dragons and command of land. And I think that goes to show you what might happen in House of Dragon.
Yeah.
Because they're of all these big wars of the dragons and all that. So I think that's where it ties into that a bit, and I think all the other kingdoms, figuring out a way to get rid of the dragons as well. But Targaryens are still very much royalty, aren't they?
Royalty assholes.
Yeah, essentially, whatever way you break it down. But what I like about Night of Seven Kingdoms is it's very opposite to Game of Thrones. Yes, there are some elements of it, but just even when you're watching it, it's really just centered around this tournament, isn't it?
Yeah.
The tournament where Duncan's trying to enter this tournament so he can win some money and improve himself as a knight, but getting himself to someone to just vouch for him was I think that's what is focused mainly in the first 3 episodes, or first 2 episodes really. He's trying to find some lord that vouch for him, and I don't know if it was one of the Targaryens that do vouch for him. I think you said a while ago when we were talking about it before we shot, that the uncle of one of the uncle Targaryens vouched for him.
Yeah.
And which is interesting. So
I'll see what happens next.
Yeah. Because it's an interesting show. And then along the way, Duncan meets Egg, this little bald head boy, who tries to be Duncan's squire, and he does eventually become his squire. And they seem to have a good interest of good personality of with each other.
Yeah.
Like, what do you like about their relationship?
I mean, they're Bond,
Yeah.
but you'll see in other episodes, but I'm not going to say, but
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think they play off really well. I think they play really well together. I'm keen to see him fight. I'm very keen to see Duncan wield a sword and use it, because I think while he may be this big guy and he's really... He does come across as a bit... Like, doesn't... Like, it's not stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, what word am I looking for, Ben? Is it stupid or is it impaired? Like, he just doesn't have... He's not all right there, but he's genuinely a nice bloke.
yeah.
Like the way he just, he does care about some things. It's just the way he's just treating people. Like, I think the way he says some things, it's a bit awkward, but I think that's just the way his character has to be in this show. Yeah. Well, because what other things, like, compared to like this show, like, what do you think they do differently with this show compared to, say, like House of Dragon and like Game of Thrones?
Well, the concept.
The concept.
It's a bit different.
Just because is it because it's focused like mainly in a tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like this, because I think in traditional Game of Thrones, when you watch those shows, like, you have several characters that you get attached to, like
And
Tyrion.
too many stories.
Same with Walking Dead. Walking Dead does that a fair bit, doesn't it? Like, a lot of characters.
Yeah, too many stories, but this one just has one that sticks with one story.
Yeah, but it's a very good show though. I really like it. I've only watched 3 episodes. Ben's watched the newest episode that just came out,
Yeah.
and we briefly talked a bit about it. But I will try not to spoil it. But it's one of those shows I think it would be a good, like. Would you reckon it's worth the time?
Yeah.
One thing I did notice about it too, Ben, is it's a half hour, so you're not spending an hour watching a show.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've been watching some other shows recently.
It's like pretty much like 23 minutes or
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes, yeah. I think I was recently watching a TV show on Netflix, and it was an hour and 15 minutes one episode.
Yeah.
And that's just things that you can't, like... It's a lot of time dedicated to watching television. But yeah, any other thoughts about Night of Seven Kingdoms, Ben? That you can think of?
Episodes should be a bit longer.
I think they'll get longer gradually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're cool. They're right now. I think, like, I don't think they're too short.
Yeah.
Because I think whenever they stop the episodes, I think they end at a good time, and they give you enough information. So I think it goes to show you, like, Game of Thrones doesn't need to be an hour long each time. Like, I think they're trying to move away from that concept of like being so long and trying to get people to be more attached to it in just shorter bursts.
Yeah.
Because, funny thing, Ben, I did yesterday, I bought the Night of Seven Kingdom book.
Yeah.
And you know how big the book is?
No.
It's only 300 pages long.
Oh.
So a regular Game of Thrones book would be like 700 pages to maybe like 800 at most. Like, unless you're Winds of Winter, and apparently it's going to be 1,600 pages, allegedly. I don't know if that's true, but we'll have to wait and see. That's a very thick book, 1,600 pages.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Any other thoughts though about Night of Seven Kingdoms? You think it's? Where do you think it's going to lead to?
I'm not sure at the moment. I think there's going to be a lot of deaths.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to the show that we don't know as well. Like, there are, like they said, there are things we're not going to talk about because they are spoiler centered, and we think that if we told them to you guys, like, it would actually ruin the story a little bit for you. So I think if you really want to watch it, you should watch it. It is an easy going show.
It's on HBO Max.
But you can watch, you can watch it. I think HBO Max. Where else can you watch? You can't watch it on binge, can't you?
I don't think so.
No. So I used to watch all the Game of Thrones shows on binge, but HBO Max, you can get, like, I think the subscription for $10 a month.
Yeah.
And with ads, it has ads if you do that one, but like that's pretty cheap. $10 a month is pretty cheap. Like, and I'm only going to watch this show and maybe the It show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise I'll get rid of it after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other closing thoughts, Ben, before we finish up?
I think that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, would you like to close it out?
Hit a like and hit a comment down below what you want for the next topic of videos. Give me ideas.
Yeah, feel free to let us know in the comment section below. Ben's always open to like talking about anything else. Like, we just pick topics at random each week. So after this video, we talk about, oh, well, what are we going to film next week? And then we just talk about it, and then we go, okay, well, let's do this. And then I'll write a couple ideas down on a piece of paper. Anyway, take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.